Hey, it's Ashleigh here, and welcome to a new series, which is my Kitchen Reno series. This is episode 1, and today I'm going to be sharing how I switched out my old sink for my new sink, and then also how I did my DIY marble countertops. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing I did, of course, was I cleaned up underneath our sink so that I will be ready to remove the old sink. So this old sink just wasn't deep enough for me. So I got a new sink that had all these cool gadgets, which I'll have them linked down below, this sink. And I plan on literally doing this all myself. Mel came back from work for a little bit. So then he came and he like unscrewed everything at the bottom, which was a big help. But I did want to do this all by myself. But it's okay if you could get a little bit of help, you know? So he did help out with that a little bit. Which taking out all the piping and stuff underneath and actually getting everything ready for me to remove the sink. So after that, I was so ready to put this sink in that I like skipped over a whole bunch of steps and I started to put these little clips in and they're easy. You just put the clips in around your sink and this just secures your sink to the surface, which this shouldn't have been done at this point, but like I said, I was just so excited about this. So this is what my sink looked like after we removed the old sink. So it was really gunky, it had lots of yucky stuff. So I ended up, of course, cleaning this out before I added my new sink. So this is what the sink looks like, nice and clean with the surrounds. And then I attempted to put the sink back in. So first I added those clamps to the side and then I placed this where it needs to be, only to realize that it was a little too big, just a little bit. So I had to come in with my jigsaw and cut away at some of the corners to make the spot bigger. So this does come with a template. So if you are just cutting it out from fresh, like your fresh countertops, then you'll be able to like cut it out, but we really didn't use that. So I literally just came in and just started to just shave away a little bit at a time until the sink was able to fit in there perfectly, and then we could just twist in those clamps to tighten it up. And this was really easy to do using my jigsaw. And this is what the new sink looks like when it is put in there. Ooh, it looks so good. So then the next thing that I had to do was just go underneath again, which was such a hassle. It was hurting my back and everything, and I had to twist those little clamp pieces on the side to make sure that the sink was nice and tight to the countertop. So the next thing I did was, of course, just add the drainage into each of the sinks. So it's really easy just to put the pieces in and twist the little nut that goes in the center. And then I also put the faucet on there, very easy too. We also, so that second hole, we ended up getting a garbage disposal because the previous sink did not have a garbage disposal. So we put the little garbage disposal part in that. And yeah, so this part was just really easy. Adding the weights, you know, reading the instructions and popping this into place and tightening it. So as I mentioned, we were putting a garbage disposal in here. So Mel ended up piping the other side very easily, but the other side was a little bit tricky. So we had to get a plumber to come in and add the garbage disposal and everything because that was a little too advanced for us. But I needed a garbage disposal and we got one, so we're all good. So I was so happy with everything. I put my sink in together. I was so proud of myself for putting this sink in, guys. So now we're gonna go ahead and just hop into the next segment of this video, which is show you guys my DIY countertops marble. Today in this video, I am going to be doing my countertops. So I say today in this video because honestly, I feel like I'm gonna do this today, but if we, you know, when I switch over to the next clip, and I don't have on the same clothes, you guys know that I didn't do this the same day. So anyways, that is the plan today. DIYing my countertops. So I'm excited. I'm gonna be doing the marbling effect. Gianni was nice enough, their company, to send me their marbling DIY kit. So this is my first time trying it out. I'm super excited to try it because honestly it looks super easy and it looks so cute. The other videos that I've seen of people doing their countertops. So I'm excited, but I'm a little nervous because I want to get this right. Again, I always say this, but we will be demoing this kitchen in the future. So you know, we didn't want to get like just different countertops at this point because it just wouldn't have made any sense. So I'm just gonna DIY these and create a marbling top. So I'm excited. Fingers crossed that this goes well. I think it goes well. I think it will go well. But anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this. So the plan is to do the countertops, and also I'll probably do like the little backsplash at the top part because we don't have backsplash at the moment. It's just like this plastic, all of it is like laminate. So that is there on the top. I did see some cute tiles, like just the peel and stick tiles that I was gonna maybe try from Wayfair and add it on there. But for right now, since I already have like the kit and stuff, they sent me like 3 kits and like 2 cabinet paint kits and stuff. So exciting. So I'll probably just go ahead and do the backsplash part too, just to see what it looks like, and if I like it I'll keep it. If not, I'll just add the little towel on there, no biggie. So anyways, let me go ahead and get started with it. Okay, so like I said, I have laminate countertops, and as you can see, this is what they look like before, y'all. And laminate countertops, if you have any type of colored juice or anything like that and you spill it on here, it will stain it. It's so terrible. So anyways, I had to get rid of these for real. So to do that, like I said, Gianni sent me this very nice DIY kit. They have different ones. So this is the white marble. They have black marble. They also have granite. And you can choose whatever one you want for whatever project you're choosing to do. So I am doing my kitchen countertops. And right now I'm just pulling out everything to kind of show you that this kit comes with everything you need. So the marble, paint color, the epoxy, the actual white coloring for your first coat of white paint. They give you the roller brush, they give you the brush parts, they give you the drop cloths, they give you gloves. Like everything is in this kit that you need for your countertops to be transformed. So it's awesome. So I will have this linked down below if you're interested in doing it. It's a really easy kit to use, and I will tell you some of the things that happened along the way that I would do differently, because again, this is my first time doing this. So there are a lot of things that if I was to try this again, which I told you guys they sent me 3 kits, so I have 2 other ones, I would definitely know what to do for the next time. But this is my first time like really kind of messing with epoxy and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get started with the countertop project. So the first thing I did, of course, was I just started to clean off my countertops. So I'm moving everything to the top so we'll have a clear surface to work with. I also took the outlets off because I'm going to be, again, as I told you, coming up and making it like a little backsplash for the moment. If I decide to change it, I will. But yeah, so I just started to clean off everything, wipe everything down to get it prepped for my first coat of the white paint. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. Ooh, let me go around that. So I took this side off, and also the metal pieces on the side here and the one going up. Again, like I said, I'm not about to take all of this off, so I'm literally leaving that on and gonna paint over it, and it'll be fine, it'll blend in. So now I'm gonna start to tape everything up, and honestly there's not that much to tape, so I'm just going to use the drop cloth that they gave to cover the cabinets at the bottom. And then over here I'm of course gonna have to put some tape around my sink. Okay, I felt like my lens was dirty. Okay, tape around the sink, and then also tape around the stove. And then again, down here on these cabinets, I am going to be putting the drop cloth, and that's about it. So let me start taping. So we're gonna do one last skim of the before. These are what the countertops look like. Okay, and I mean, laminate, these type of countertops, they stain so bad. So like if you spill something on it and it's maybe like dark or like juice or something like that, it's gonna stain it. But anyways, so a last look at our countertops looking like this before I put the marble countertops on there. This is what it looks like. Let me get a wider view of this. Okay. So again, this is what the countertops are looking like right now. They're not white or anything at all. This is it right here. And we're about to transform them. The first thing I'm about to do is put the primer on. Okay, so now I am just taking that step one, which is that white paint, and I am just painting my countertops. So I did the edges first with the foam brush, and then I came in with the roller brush and I brushed the top areas as well. Honestly, y'all, I should have did my sink after I did this, but it's okay because I saw people in the videos doing their sinks and they just taped them, so that's what I did. So anyway, so I'm just technically just rolling this on, and of course, this is gonna take a couple coats. So I think 2 coats would have been fine, but honestly, I'm just a person that wants it to be just spectacular. So I did 3 coats of this paint. So it is day 2 of working on the countertops. So I did 2 coats yesterday. And now today I am going to do a 3rd coat, and then I will start on adding the veins. Okay, so after I let that 3rd coat dry, the next thing I did was I just took my little brush that came with my kit and also the gray paint, and I started to create my veins. So there's a video that you can watch on their channel where they show you how to do these things, and this kit also comes with instructions so you can know how to do this as well. And it also comes with a little card that you can practice on, but you basically just, you know, do your little veins in different ways. You add some water with the spray bottle, and then you come in with the brush that is provided and you brush everything out. Super simple. You just want to make sure that it's like nice and natural. If you have a certain way that you want your marble to look, you can go ahead and look at inspirations on like Pinterest and stuff like that to see like different marble. But honestly, I just wanted to kind of keep it simple and like not make it too much. So I just went ahead and I was just going in with my gray paint that was provided with my little tiny brush, and then also spraying it. So they also say that you should kind of twirl your brush into different directions, spritz some of the water in different areas just so that the weight and the lines that you make will be different and it'll look more natural of a marble. And then they also give you instructions on how to make like the different Y veins, and I forgot all the different names of the veins, but there's so many different veins you can make. But they do tell you that in the instructions, and they also show you that in the video. But this part was actually pretty fun because you kind of start to see everything come to life and that you're really making this marble countertop look. Another big thing to mention when you are doing this is to finish off your edges. So I'm just coming down to finish off this edge so it gives it a more finished look. This is something that you do not want to forget to do, because if you do, it'll look really weird, that your veins are not coming down, you know, past the lip of your countertop part. So anyways, this is just a really easy part. Again, you just want to twist your brush, put it down, spray it a little bit if you want, but I really didn't do that. I just took my the brush that was provided and I dabbed it a little bit to spread everything out. After that, I started to work on my little backsplash. So I just literally just took all the veins that I had from the base of my countertop and I just moved those up to the front, making sure that they connected so that it can look like it is all one. So this is what my countertop looked like after I was finished adding my veins. So this part in particular is very important because you can go around and you can see which veins you like, which veins you don't. So if there's a vein that you don't like, you can go ahead and roll it back over with the white paint and start all over again. It'll probably take about 2 or 3 coats to cover that particular vein that you made, but it is all worth it if you are not loving what you created. So this part, when you just are looking and examining your countertops, is a very crucial part before you actually start to add that epoxy. So another thing I did was I went ahead and just spritzed my countertops after they were dry, and I am just wiping them down clean so I don't have any of those water droplet spray bottle marks on there. So I'm just wiping the countertops down before I add the epoxy. So the kit comes with 2 of these epoxy resins. So you have the epoxy resin and then you have the activator. So all you have to do is pour the activator in and then stir it with the stir sticks that are provided, and then you will go ahead and start to add this to your countertops. So one thing I will say about this part in particular, I wouldn't particularly use the roller brush to do this. When I was watching some of the professionals that work with epoxy a lot, they really don't even use this. They'll use like a straight edge or something like a ruler or something like that to kind of like brush the epoxy off. Because I found that when I was using the roller brush that was provided, it was leaving a lot of like lint that I would have to pick off and stuff. And again, you want to use your gloves. That's why the gloves were provided, y'all. And when I first started to do this, I did not use those gloves, but you need to use your gloves, okay? You gotta use them. So anyways, yeah, I would not recommend using a brush, but you're just gonna go ahead and section everything off, you know, putting the amount that you need. Again, watch the video. And then you just start to just roll this on. It's very easy to do. But again, I would not recommend really using the roller brush because I did get a lot of lint when I did use the roller brush. But this is self-leveling epoxy, so that helps out a lot. But honestly, I would use like a straight edge tool or something like that to kind of smooth this around. Or have your oh my god, I can't think of the name right now, but the thing that you use to pick out like lint and everything, readily available to you, so you can pick out anything that you see. Because I did have a little bit of lint in my epoxy once it dried, but again, this was my first time doing this, and I would definitely recommend using like a ruler, straight edge, or something like that, other than a roller brush, or use a roller brush that doesn't have a lot of shedding, a foam brush, excuse me, that doesn't have a lot of shedding when you are actually doing this. But to be completely honest, I would just say to use a straight edge first before you do this. So after I let everything dry, it was time to, so you do not want to let it dry all the way. I think it says like an hour and a half or 2 hours or something like that, but honestly, I would just start to take it off within maybe, I don't know. Oh my gosh, I don't know, because some of the tape was not coming off, y'all, and I had to use my tweezers. Tweezers! That's what I was wanting to say earlier. But I had to use my tweezers to take some of this paint off. I can't think of it off the top of my head of how many hours it said to let this dry, but I would definitely take it off between halfway so you don't have to worry about the tape being glued to it because of the epoxy. Because literally, like I said, I had to use some tweezers to take some of these pieces off with areas like this. So the next day I started to work on my like backsplash. So I finished this part. I didn't epoxy this part yet. So this is the back part of my kitchen. So I just started to take my brush again and go up and make the veins and stuff like that for my backsplash. And then I let this dry. so we are on day 3 and this is nighttime. I have my gloves, my tweezers, I am ready to go. So I am adding the epoxy to the back of this. Again, like I said, this is night, so this is later on in the day when all the paint dried. And I'm just basically adding the epoxy, of course, to my backsplash and also the bottom part of my countertops. And again, these things do come with instructions, so you'll know how much epoxy you need to use for the amount of square footage that you are doing for your countertops. So that is a big thing to know, the square footage and all that stuff. But again, that is all in the instructions that come with this kit. So after I let everything dry, you should let it dry for about, I'm pretty sure it's like 3 days before you just add anything or put anything onto your countertops. I let this dry for 3 days and then I added the outlets back, the outlet covers back, because I didn't want it to have like an imprint on there. But again, I don't know if I'm gonna keep the backsplash like this or I'm gonna change the backsplash. But for now, this looks very much better than what it was before. So I just added my outlets, and these outlets I got from Home Depot. They didn't cost that much. Just put them back on there and make this look good. And that is all I did. So this is what the countertops look like now, and also the backsplash. So as you can see, some of the little bubbles that I was talking about that happened, but honestly, when you look at the countertops, you really can't even see them, not unless the light like kind of hits it a little bit. But it's really good. For my first time, I think I did a very good job, and these countertops look way better than what they were before. And I can just wipe stuff off instead of like the laminate where it has like, let's say we spill some juice or something on there, it's gonna be like a mark on my countertops. So I love how this turned out. It was very easy to use this DIY kit. Again, like I mentioned, they have different kits that you can use from. So if you're not a marble person, they do also have granite. If you don't like white marble, they also have the black marble. But this looks so good. I love it. And every time somebody comes in, they're like, oh my God, this looks so good. And because it really does look good, y'all. I'm just not gonna lie to you, but it does look good, and it's a very big step up from what the kitchen looked like before. And the next thing that I will be sharing with you guys is the island that I transformed, because the island is very plain and I transformed it, and I'm so excited to show you guys that video. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, the kit that I used, I will have it linked down below. It's a really cool kit, so you don't have to be buying like separate things. Everything that you need, it just comes right into that kit. So make sure you check out that description for that. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for watching the first episode of this new kitchen reno series, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.